Hello, in this video I am going to show you how to implement a card in Flutter. So a card is a great way of essentially just providing some information and sort of group it together, and you might have multiple cards on the screen. Is very common. So this could be great for something like showing like some album information. You could have an icon, some information about it like title, who sung that album. You could have buttons for maybe listening to it. Then you could have another one. It's just a repeatable sort of format that becomes familiar with users, and it's used a lot. It could be used for showing some sort of meal. You could use it for contact information. Contact information is definitely a big one. And yeah, let's just dive right in, and you'll understand exactly what one of these are. So you just add the other child as you normally would. So if I just say child and I put card here, and in here we can add a child. So I'm going to make it really simple first before I do sort of like an album example. I'm going to say hello, and let's see what we get. So that's what we get. And if I zoom in, you can see that you can sort of see something around the edges, but frankly that does not look very good at all. So let's actually make it a little better. So we're going to get rid of this one now. I'm going to add a column that will allow us to add multiple widgets to it, which will provide a lot of flexibility. We're going to change the main axis size, and I'm going to do main axis size dot min, and you'll see what all of this does. This is going to help us put more of these on screen if we want to. And then what we're going to say is children. And in here, we are going to first have a leading. Sorry, no, we're going to have a list tile. List tile. And then inside of here, we have a leading. We're just going to put an icon for this. And we have icons dials to album. This is just a built-in icon. And we're going to have a title, which is going to be text. And for the title, I am going to actually now, instead of album, let's have the one for movie. Yeah, let's do movie. So Shazam is coming out very soon. We are going to put now a subtitle, and this subtitle I'm going to put a little bit of trivia, and that is Shazam was called Captain Marvel first. Recommend that you search it up. The DC character Shazam had the name Captain Marvel not only before Captain Marvel was introduced in the Marvel Universe, in the comics, it was named Captain Marvel, and Shazam was before Marvel was even named Marvel. I can't remember what the name was before, but they weren't called Marvel originally. Okay, so I'm actually looking forward to Shazam to actually sort of see how many people say, oh, that's just, if they say Captain Marvel in there, how many people say, oh, that's a copy of Captain Marvel that came out just now, which will be a month ago once Shazam comes out. I'm sure plenty of people will say. I'm sure my dad will say it. Okay, so next we are going to add a. What about the wrong? Something is wrong. I wanted to put in the list tile. So this is where all our content is. Now I'm gonna put a button, not button theme dot bar. This will basically allow us to put a bar where we can put some cool buttons in here. And what we are going to have is, again, you can customize this as you want. You can have more text, you can have images in here, but I'm just showing you one example of it. I'm going to put child button bar. So this will be a nice way to put multiple buttons next to each other. Button bar. And we inside of here, we're going to have a widget of children. Inside of there, I'm going to have two flat buttons. But again, the type of button you put is totally up to you. And for the flat button, inside of here, we're going to have a child. It's going to be text. And this is going to be watch movie. and we can have an on-pressed event as well. But I've covered that in separate videos, so I'm just going to leave it blank. And last final thing, is going to implement one more flat button. What could this say? Instead of watch movie, I could say watch trailer. So if I save that, as you can see, that looks a lot different to what we had before. And it's looking, I think so, pretty darn cool. So we've got this icon, we've got this list tile. Let me zoom in so you can see that there is a difference between the background and this. And obviously you could change the background of the body so you could see it, you know, a little better. And that's really all there is to it. Obviously we have, you know, a list tile and we have, you know, a column inside of it. But what I want you to do is figure out how to essentially add multiple of these. The content in there doesn't really matter, but see if you can figure out how to add multiple, you know, multiple cards in this sort of current layout that we've got right here. That's really it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message, and as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.